The INU rig. Have you guys seen this? Alright, I was goofing around last night when I should have been making videos on watching videos on YouTube, because I'm not that, what's the word I'm looking for? Organized. I'm just not that organized. I consume more YouTube than I make. That's a terrible way to be if you're a YouTuber. I saw this video written in Japanese. Now, I've known to watch some Japanese fishing videos, but I ran across this video and it caught my eye. And you know how I was always talking about baits that catch fishermen? This was a bait, well, more a technique that caught my eye as a bass fisherman. I've seen baits in the past that look like snakes and other things in the water, but I hate buying stuff when you know it's like a gimmick. But I saw this and I watched it and I watched it again, and it's a technique called the Uri rig. Now that's Japanese. I looked the word up and it comes back and says it's dog. So I don't know, maybe they call this the dog rig in Japan. But let's set this up. Zoom trick worm. These are June bug. So we got our worm, scissors, our little straw, and some crazy glue. Let's go. So I'm going to grab our trick worm, and I'm just going to come down about an inch. I'm just going to come through the flat side, push it through, and pull the plastic out. So as you can see, straight through the middle. I'm just going to cheat and push that through, and over here I'm going to come through the bottom of the worm again, and we're just making an S out of this. So I'm coming through the flat of the plastic, poking it through like such. And I'll go ahead and push that through, and then we're going to come through the top of the worm to the bottom down here at the base of the worm. Come out straight. Alright, so now I'm going to spread these out a little bit. As you can see, got them all. I got like my S wave here, if you will, on this little straw. Now I'm going to grab my crazy glue. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little bit of crazy glue around the end of the tube here. And then I'm going to slide the worm up over the glue. Then I'm going to put some around the tube there. I'm going to slide the worm over the glue like that. Then one more time I'm going to put a little wider band over there, and then we're going to slide over the glue like that. Then I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes. Alright, now that we let it dry for a couple of minutes, pick up our scissors, cut right next to the tubes, and now we're set up. You can see each of the tubes in each. Alright, and there we go. Now you can see the tube section for each part of the worm. And now we can rig it up. For demonstration purposes, I got my handy dandy little Abu Garcia Black Max, got from Walmart for like 40 bucks. And then I remembered I had these Nico rig hooks, and they're going to work out a little better. And I've got two different sizes based off of each of the different worms I'm going to try this on. And I've already made me a little Uri rig kit, because I get the feeling I'm going to be throwing this more than I think I will. But it's got some Nico worm hooks in it, and a bunch of little split rings that I'm not going to use because I bought them too small. So looking at these hooks, they're two different styles. One, the top one's a little bit shorter than the other one, but I like the bend of the hook. I also like the fact that the shanks are straight, and I'll show you why here in a second. Alright, so I'm holding the tag end of the main line, and I've got my hook, and I'm going to put this on so that the hook bend is up going towards the rod. Okay, and I'm just going to let that fall and go free. And this is the smaller hook, so we're going to start with our zoom worm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed, you see my tube hole there, I'm going to feed it in from the top. Then I'm going to grab it and keep the worm straight. Grab my tag end, and I'm going to feed it in the tube from the bottom going to the top. And then I'm going to grab the tail of my worm, and there's the top, and feed my line through there. And then I'm going to let the worm fall. Next, I grab my little split ring. I'm going to tie it on. Clip off the tag end. Pick up your trash. I love these little Cuda scissors. Cuts braid like nothing. I'll drop a link in the description below if you don't have any of these yet. Why do I want a straight shank? Because I want the eye of this hook to be in line with this tube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that on top of the tube, and then I'm going to look and measure, and I want a skin hook down here on the worm so that when this comes back out, the eye of the hook lines up with the tube in the worm, just like that. So you see I have the tube and the eye of the hook lined up, and then the hook comes out like that. So I'm going to back up a little. Now when I pull the main line, look at the action on that worm. That's insane. This is such a cool idea. So when you cast it out, it goes like this, but when the bait hits the water, it's going to go back to its natural form, and then when you jerk it, bloop 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 bloop, enticing action. That is so cool. So let's take this over to the kiddie pool and see what it looks like. I don't know. What do you think? Did it just catch me as a fisherman? Or is this thing going to catch some fish? I have to think it's a cool twist, and honestly a cool different way to catch fish. Whether you're throwing a trick worm or even the Berkeley power worm, man, I think it's gonna, it looks too good to not work. I mean, you talk about something that looks more lifelike than a lot of other things I've seen in the water. I don't know. Drop me a comment down below. Do you think this is a gimmick? Or do you think this is going to catch some fish? Me, myself, I have to think this is going to catch some fish, because I'm going to be throwing it. I have a charity tournament next weekend in the kayak. I'm thinking this is going to get thrown. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to have to throw this. I'm going to have to work out what rod reel combo I want to throw this on, be it a spinning rod or maybe my Senko rod might be the trick. That might be the trick. Yeah, because I use it for flukes. I think that'll be the trick. I think that's what I'll go with. Let me know. What do you think? Yeah? If you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up. It helps YouTube promote it to other people who are looking for content like this. And for whatever reason, YouTube is suppressing all of these outdoors channels. I've taken off everything but fishing. I don't understand. They're just not showing my videos. But this is for you guys who do watch. Let me know. Let me know if you think this is going to work. I bet this will. I bet this is going to work. Until next time, get outside when you can. Make some memories. One cast at a time.